This question discusses that Fred and Sally inherited an amount from a deceased relative and they want to use the part of the money for their daughter's college education. Their daughter Lisa will be starting college in 5 years from now. They estimate that the first year college amount will be 12,000. So the requirement of money after 5 years will be 12,000, and for the consecutive years for the next 3 years will be additional 2,000 each year. So the investment options they have is A, B, C and D. And what they actually asking? They want to determine an investment plan that will provide necessary funds to cover Lisa's expenses with the smallest initial investment. They want to invest some initial amount. They want to divert a very minimal amount from the inherited amount into this investment in the first year, which will be reinvested over B and C and other investment options over a period of time, and that should be able to cover the expenses of Lisa's education fee. So if you look at it, suppose investment option A, which is available every year. So let's say A1 is the amount invested in year 1 and got return in year 2. Similarly, there will be A23, amount invested in A year 2 and return found in 3. Similarly, for B it would be B invested in 1, got first matures in 2 years, so to get the return in 3. Then B can be again reinvested in year 3 and matures in 2 years, that is 5. Likewise, and for C, if invested in year 1, it takes 3 years to mature and the return will be there on year 4. It can be reinvested in year 4. It can be reinvested in year 4, but the maturity will be after 3 years. So it will be in year 7. If you look at investment option D, it can be invested in 1 and will be reaped finally in the year 8. So these all are our decision variables. That is, A12 will represent amount invested in A in year 1, A23 will represent amount invested in A in year 2, likewise. So the return rate is 6% for A, 14%, 18%, 65% for other investment options. If we go back to our problem and make the LP for this, how it would look like? Variables. Let's consider A12, A23, A34, A45, A56, A67 and A78. These are amount invested in investment A, where A ij represent the amount and I represent year of investment and J represent year of return. This will be similar across all other investment too. So what other variables we will have? We will have B13, B35, B57. This is for B, investment in B. For C it would be C14. That means invested in year 1 will mature in 3 years and will give a return in 4th year. So it will be C48. Then of course investment in C, and other would be D18. Invested in the year 1 will mature in the year 8 after 7 years. And what will be our objective? Our objective is to maximize the return? No. Our objective is to minimize the initial investment. He says smallest initial investment. What would that mean? Amount invested in the year 1. So A12 plus B13 plus C14 plus D18. What would be the constraint? Constraint is the amount that is required by Lisa for his studies. That is, at the says that first year of the college, and the college starts after 5 years, so in the year 6. So constant would be any investment in the year 6, the net fund should be net fund of these investments return in year 6, beginning of year 6 should be 12,000. For 7 it should be 14,000, likewise. To make it simple, in order to write the constraint, I have created the Excel with minimal information, that is investment A in the year 1, return in year 2. So this is what I have created. So the required amount of fund in year 2 beginning will be 0, but after 5 years in the beginning they need $12,000. In the consecutive years it should be 2,000 more. So we can see this as A23 and A12 should be 0. So A1.06, A1, A12 minus A23 should be equal to 0. Similarly, when we go to this constraint, end of year 2 constraint, it should be A23 1.06 A23 plus 1.14 B13 minus B35 minus A34 A45 should be equal to 0. That is 1.06 A23 1.06 A23, that is return from the previous year, plus return from B's investment, that is B13, because B matures in 2 years, right? So 1.14 B13 minus amount invested in A34 minus amount invested in B35 equals to 0. Similarly, do it for year 4, this is 2, 3, 4 and 5. For year 6 it would be 1.06, you can see this, with the return 1.06 A56 plus, what is the other return in the year 6? No other return. So amount returned from A56 has to be invested in A67. So minus A67 should be equals to 12, because after giving this return and investing the remaining on this, it would have an extra $12,000 for reinvestment. Similarly, if you do for year 7, it would be 1.06 A67 plus 1.14 B57 plus 1.18 C47 minus A78 minus B79 should be equals to 14. Similarly, we will go year 8 and 9. So this is our LP and this is our spreadsheet model. So this initial investment, you can put it here. So this should be our initial investment amount. So if you look at the model, this value is nothing but the some product of this amount invested with this cash flow diagram. So our objective is to, because these values are negative, this will come in negative. Our objective is to minimize this. So because we are minimizing, we will multiply this with a factor of -1. So to extend the formula, I will just copy paste the amount, comma, so make this as anchor, and for this I need to anchor the rows and change the columns. So perfect. So for all this is also required, and our objective is to minimize this total amount invested, and these values should be equal to this value. That's it. So let's, and this is our decision variables. Let's mark it gray, and this is our objective. Make it as green. So go to data